Ah, the Resident Evil series. Look, Resident Evil is one of the most iconic game series in history. Whether you like it or whether you don't, people know the name. People know when you hear the name Resident Evil, you know what kind of game you're going to be dealing with. So the series has spanned several mainline games as well as a bunch of spin-off games to the series, and has become one of the most influential gaming series, well, in the history of gaming. You know, from its early days as a straight survival horror type of game to the more modern games where it's an action horror survival type of mix of a game. They all have tons of great characters, great locations, awesome music tracks, and even some extremely memorable times just to think back upon. So, for today's character, I'm going to be picking one of the most terrorizing villains of all time to ever exist in gaming, which is going to be Nemesis, the Pursuer. So, what could Nemesis bring with him into Super Smash Bros.? Well, let's take a look. Starting off with good old neutral special. Now you can kind of switch around with this attack with his down special, which I'll get to in just a little bit. But for neutral special, I think this would be a fun sort of idea. So he's gonna roar at you. So what does this do? So this attack, basically it's a move that I don't feel would deal any damage, but it's basically an attack that stuns the opponent, and then it allows Nemesis to follow up into other attacks. So you can kind of think of it like maybe a combo starter, or you can kind of compare it to, say, maybe Mewtwo's down special, where he kind of stuns the opponent with that. So it's kind of the same idea, but Nemesis roaring, I mean, it fits, it makes sense. Moving on to Sod special, we got, well, I think I'm going to call it Exterminate, but it's basically like this rocket launcher type of weapon. So from the clip, as you can see, Nemesis will use his trademark rocket launcher, firing off, say, one missile. It can fire off more, but maybe for the attack it fires off one. But I think if you press and hold it, because it does have that the reticle, the red line, it would potentially allow for, if you press and hold the button, that it becomes, say, maybe a heat-seeking missile, like a homing attack missile. So if you just press side special, just input it, it'll just fire off a quick little rocket. No big deal. Nice damage. Good projectile for him to play with. But if you press and hold it for, say, maybe 2-3 seconds, well, then there will be a target that will appear on the character that, well, I guess he's closest to, and then he fires it off, and the rocket will eventually try to make its way to that character and hopefully deal some pretty big damage in the process. Now, down special, you have to get flamethrower in here, right? It's like Nemesis Stage 2 almost, kind of. Oh, well, yeah, some people refer to Nemesis Stage 2 as the flamethrower boss battle, but either way, the flamethrower itself. Now, you could use this for neutral special, but I have roar. So you could change roar with down special and flamethrower. Either way, somewhere in the moveset, flamethrower. Now, this attack, Nemesis pulls out his flamethrower, but instead of like being a continuous flame like Bowser's or Charizard's flamethrower for their neutral special, I feel like this one would shoot multiple little fire bursts. So you've seen the little clip where he kind of sprays it sideways, but there's multiple projectiles, multiple different flaming parts that that kind of, I don't know, want to like cover a good distance in front of him. So it's kind of like it gives a good radius around Nemesis himself. It's almost like, not really, but this is a weird way to put it, but it's like a protective shield, like flaming barrier type of deal. I don't know. It's a weird way. It's not really a barrier, but I don't know how to say it. You guys seen the little clip. Basically, shoots off quite a bit of flaming projectiles type of deal. Now for up special, we're going to go with his tentacle swing. No, let's not go there, okay? No, tentacle swing, this one, I feel is a tether grab sort of move. And again, you could use like his tentacles for other things, for actual grab. So you could have like, some range to his grab as well. But for the up special, basically, he flings it out, and whatever he grabs, he kind of just gets launched forward. So, as an example, if he's trying to recover, it'll have a pretty good reach, like Ivysaur's Vine or something like that. So pretty far down, he's able to utilize this, grab the ledge, and just gets flung straight up, and he starts to grab the ledge. But I think it kind of it helps him out a little bit because Nemesis is a big character, and I feel like he's gonna have a slower speed. Look, the dude can get pretty fast in Resident Evil at times, but overall, his just attack movements and his movement speed going to be on the slower side, so allowing him to have like a little bit better recovery, I think just kind of helps him out here a little bit. He's definitely not an off-stage type of character. Now for up smash, just going to go with a pretty simple one, but yet powerful, the uppercut. Now for this move, Nemesis, I think would have like a tiny bit of startup lag for this, because as you see, he clenches his fist, and then he will deliver a huge uppercut with, really big knockback power. So, yeah, a little bit startup time, but maybe you could kind of give him, I don't know if you want to give him, like, armor or super armor type of effect when he does this. Because I believe in Marvel vs. Capcom for quite a few attacks, he does get, like, some sort of super armor ability to where, well, we all know what super armor does. You can charge up this move, you can use a move, and if you end up getting hit, well, you're not going to get knocked out of it because you got your super armor. So you're going to stay in place, and you're still going to be able to deliver that punch. So I feel maybe, a bit of startup lag, but, super armor for his uppercut could make pretty good sense. Now for the forward smash. This one might be a little weird, but just follow me on this one. This one is going to be the Tentacle Scythe. Now, usually forward smash, especially with a big character, you expect it to be right in front of him when he's delivering the attack. Well, you guys see the little clip. However, this one's going to be different. So this attack allows Nemesis to deliver a very powerful attack, but from kind of a distance. So he starts by punching the ground, and then say maybe, a few character length away, that tentacle will pop up out of the ground and slash towards the enemy. So it gives him kind of range as well. I know he's the pursuer, so even if you knock back your opponent, you're still gonna want to get up close. But this is just kind of a sort of different idea. He's got other big punches you could do. He does have a two-handed overhead slam, but I feel that could be like a forward air, like kind of like Donkey Kong for his forward air, for example. But no, Tentacle Scythe I got here as the good old forward smash. Moving on to the spirit portion. Now this one, I'm mainly just taking characters and things from the Resident Evil 3 remake. Now again, you could add the 4 Resident Evil spirits that we already have into the game. You could throw that on the spirit board, no problem. But for the spirits, I'm going to go with Nemesis Type T. You could even go with his final form for a Legend Spirit. I mean, that would make sense. And then final form, that could have something to do with final smashes being a lot more powerful. Or maybe you automatically start, because again, a final smash, this support spirit, maybe it takes up all 3 slots, but you will guarantee, even if final smashes are off, you will guaranteed start with a final smash. So you can kind of pick and choose when to use it. But just it's something kind of fun there. So of course we got other characters from the RE3 remake. Yes, Carlos. Yes, Jill. I know Jill already has a spirit, but this is the Resident Evil 3 remake model of Jill. So we'll throw her in there. Of course, Jill and Nemesis, they just go together. You can't really have one without the other, in my opinion. So definitely got that. But, other ones you could do. Liquor, you got Brad Vickers, Palehead, just a couple to name. Maybe you throw a zombie in there if you really want to. So there's definite options for spirits. A lot you could do, and I think you could have some really fun fights with his spirit board. Now moving on to the last part of the video where we discuss the potential stage. This one I feel just makes so much sense. The Raccoon City, the police station, right? It's such an iconic place in, Resident Evil lore. Like, everybody knows, like, this is where the breakout happened. This is where so many iconic moments have happened throughout Resident Evil's history. Now, I just feel like it would be such a cool idea. It would just, it really tie the series. It's I mean, arguably, if you talk to Resident Evil fans and you kind of say, all right, what is a very iconic place in the Resident Evil series? I mean, the police station is going to come to mind for so many people. So I just kind of figured, okay. I mean, Spencer's mansion, that kind of makes sense, but does Nemesis have a lot to do with that one? I don't. Maybe no, not really. Either way, I'm going with the police station. I feel like it could be really fun. You could have a couple cars just to walk over as maybe so it could be like a breakable type of platform. You stand on it, you fight it, you punch it or whatever. It will break after time, and then it will actually explode. So it's got a stage hazard to itself. But again, pretty clean sort of idea for a stage. It could be pretty fun. So anyway, that is it. For today, there is Nemesis. No, it's Nemesis. Either way, the Nemesis Smash Bros. Moveset spirits and stage. So I think this would be pretty cool. Again, if a Resident Evil character gets in, I don't think Nemesis is at the top of the list, but as a personal pick, he would be my number 2 most wanted Resident Evil character. So yeah, I would love to see this guy. Don't think it'll happen, but he would still be really fun. Plus, he's a villain. Either way, that is it for this one. I hope you guys enjoyed as always, and I guess I'll see you when I'm looking at you.